Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So wonderful to have you join me here for Golden Threads closing ceremony. Oh my goodness, where I am in the US, in Connecticut, we have a huge windstorm going on right now. And it really is just extraordinary weather. We had to take the flags down outside, and the wind is tearing the leaves off the trees and at the same time lifting up the leaves from the ground. So there is this extraordinary dance occurring between what's falling and what is being lifted up from beneath. It really is so beautiful and so powerful. And also very, I think it's reflective of sort of a collective energy. Obviously, nature likes to show us in the external world what might be happening inside. And of course, there's a lot of anxiety in our world and also in this country with our election occurring tomorrow. And of course, on a personal level, this is the closing ceremony for Golden Threads. I spent months putting together this beautiful event, and now to end it is a tremendous honor. Of course, putting it together, delivering these incredible messages, insights, and inspirations. Truly humbled and honored to be able to do that. But also today, as I came back in from my walk with my dog this morning, I just had to sit on the stairs for a minute and not get tea, not prepare any notes, just sit and do nothing. And it sort of caught me unaware. That is not normally how I operate, but when I am presented with a request from something deep inside to sort of proceed in that way, I listen. And I think that I would like to offer that to you wherever you are in the world, that you might sense that as well. I know that we have a lot of empaths in this audience, and there's a lot of really sort of overwhelming collective energy. So when you find at any moment where you just need to stop and almost freeze in your tracks and just be there. It's incredibly empowering. It's incredibly beautiful. So tell me, where are you in the world? We have about 10 people here right now as we start out this wonderful closing ceremony. We're going to do a little bit of meditating. We'll do a little bit of moving. Hello, Clarissa from Reno, Nevada. Hello. I imagine you're starting to get some cold weather as well where you are. And yeah, I mean, Golden Threads had people just all over the world tuning in. And here we are getting ready. Hello, R. Healy 1000 from Austin, Texas. Nice to see you. Oh, I'm feeling already the grief releasing itself for me, just hearing about where you are right now on this Monday, this moon day. I'm going to take a little sip of my tea while maybe some other people want to let us know where they are. And in just about a minute, we're going to get started with our moving and our meditating. I did a similar, well, our practice today is going to be quite different. But I did an opening ceremony for Golden Threads. And so I thought that it would be nice to do that today, to again close it out and really just send this golden energy into the world. Okay, well, Clarissa and R. Healy, thank you so much for letting us know where you are in the world. Let us prepare. So I invite you to find a seat either on a yoga mat or on the floor or even in a chair if you prefer. I have some very cozy clothes on as we welcome winter. And as you find that seat, if you want to elevate your hips a little bit, you can be on a small pillow. I'm on a block. You could also use a folded blanket. And I invite you to just arrive in this position, arrive in your body, and really begin to open yourself up to the breath that is really the basis of our existence, our interaction with the world. We can subsist for quite a while without food, without water, but not very long without the breath. And of course, it is the fastest thing to escape us. It's the most accessible thing that we have to calm us down and to nourish us. And it's the easiest thing to forget. It's almost like the first to go as well. And I taught a yoga class yesterday morning on Zoom. And the theme that came through for the yoga class was a theme of evenness. And as I really reflected on what that meant, of course, the term balance came to mind, but evenness to me has more subtlety to it, more specificity as well. And almost in a space of evenness, we can welcome in more balance. And I like to also remind myself, as much as we hear the term balance, it's sort of an illusion because nature's always seeking balance, and it's very rarely in a place of homeostasis. It's always looking for homeostasis, but there's always going to be sort of fluctuations on one side or the other. But when we can bring ourselves, our bodies, our awareness, our consciousness into a place of evenness, we can feel more balanced. We can interact with the world in a calmer, more objective way. And it's also very empowering, which is a term that I really resonate with. And so many things in the external world attempt to disempower us. So it really is up to us to return to the breath, return to our evenness. And I like to also think of evenness as like this column that gives us structure and kind of holds us in a place where we can move around fluidly, but also feel very grounded and very protected as well. And so we're going to do a few very gentle seated movements, and then we will move into a pranayama practice called Samavriti breath. Samavriti. And Samavriti, of course, relates to this concept of evenness and sameness. So not sameness as in boring, same, but sameness as in the, again, the concept of fluidity and kind of rounding things out and bringing very conscious awareness to the breath, to the prana, the energy that's moving through you that you are in charge of. It's up to you to breathe. We think we do it without thinking, but when we do think about it, we can do so much more. Okay, so let's start with our movement first, and I'm just going to tune in for a moment into my own body and listen to guidance about what movement is sort of called for today. And I invite you to join me in inhaling the arms up above the head, reaching with the inhale, extending up, and on the exhale, bringing the arms down to the sides. And let's do a few more of those. Inhaling, palms facing up, scooping up the energy around us, reaching up to the sky. Inhaling and preparing for the exhale, turning the palms down towards the ground, pushing the energy back down towards the earth, almost as if it's going to come and like cradle us from beneath. And turning the palms again. On the inhale, raising them up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, coming to the top, reaching through the torso. And on the exhale, turning the palms down towards the ground and allowing them to come down to the earth. And just pause for a moment and feel that very basic, just 3 rounds of that awakened energy in your chest area and probably in your back as well, between the scapula. And so extending on that energetic movement, let's do an inhale and bring the shoulders up to the ears. And on the exhale, bring the shoulders back, down along the back, the scapula towards each other, towards the spine. And relax the shoulders, opening up through the chest, creating space in the neck. Let's do that again. Inhale brings the shoulders up. And the exhale, bringing the shoulders back down. So much weight on our shoulders, making space to be able to shoulder all of it, everything that comes up for us in life and in our day-to-day. Shoulders coming up on the inhale towards the ears, and on the exhale, back down along the back. Okay, and let's do some side movement. So again, hands out to the side. Let's bring the arms up. And on the exhale, coming over to the left, reaching that right arm over your ear, reaching out to the side. Beautiful stretch along the side of your body. And on the next inhale, coming to the center. And on the exhale, out to the side again. Inhale into the center. Exhale over to the side. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the side. Inhaling to the center. And exhaling to the side. And one more time, over to the right, inhaling and exhaling, really making so much space in our bodies, in the space around us. Again, just pausing for a moment, breathing just a couple breaths, and welcoming in anything that might be coming up for you. Any emotions, any physical sensations. Really full acceptance, full approval. I personally have a little bit of tightness and pain in my chest. I know that that is both my grief and my joy at this moment, this closing ceremony for Golden Threads. I'm also feeling some goosebumps, some electricity, very cool electricity in my limbs, in my arms and in my legs. And it really has this sort of feeling of like whooshing through air, almost like I'm on a swing or like on a boat, and there's, you know, the sails are pulling me forward and there's also wind around me. So that's just a little check-in on what my physical sensations might feel like, and yours might feel very different. And of course, if you need to adjust your positioning, please do so. I want you to be as comfortable as possible. And then let's just do one more movement, a seated cat-cow. We also did this in the opening ceremony, and this is such an accessible movement, even if you're sitting at your computer or even watching TV and you just feel like maybe you're kind of caving in to your body, which is very easy to do. We want to protect our hearts, and our hearts are very vulnerable right now. But when we put power into our hearts with our breath, with our awareness, we can handle anything. So nice long line of energy from the top of your head up into the galaxy, the universe above you, creating that nice length in your spine. And on the inhale, coming forward into a cow position, really shining out through your chest, bringing those shoulder blades back. And on the exhale, curling forward into cat, really consciously creating that almost protection for your heart. At the same time, you're opening through your shoulder blades and your back. And on the inhale, coming forward again, shining out through your chest, through your heart, just that powerful, like a bowsprit almost, out in the front of the boat. And on the exhale, coming back into cat, maybe bringing your head and neck down a little bit towards your chest. Inhale, coming forward. This is our last one. And exhaling back into cat. And on the inhale, coming back into our easy seated position. Breathing here. Again, really enjoying that opening and maybe even feeling some gratitude that we can create such a significant shift in our bodies, in our minds, in our awareness, right off the bat, right? Just with such immediacy in such simple movements. Okay, and now I would like to move into our meditation. So if you would like to stay seated, I invite you to do so. If you would prefer to lie down, I know that I love to lie down when I do a guided meditation. And just really, again, dropping into the body, whether you're seated or lying down. And as you take some easy breaths at your own pace, we're going to move into Samavriti breath now. So some very intentional breaths that we will do a few rounds of, and then we'll move back into our breath at our own pace that I will pair with a very short guided meditation. And for Samavriti breath, I invite you can have your eyes closed or open or sort of half-masked, if you will. And inviting in, again, that evenness. So we're going to create an equal exchange in our lungs between the inhale and the exhale. And we're going to attain that evenness through counting. And so it will be the same count on the inhale and the same count on the exhale. And we will begin with a count of 3. So count of 3 on the inhale and a count of 3 on the exhale. And then we'll do a count of 4 and we'll do a count of 5. So 3 guided breaths here on a count of 3. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3. And breathing in at that same rate, 1, 2, 3. And breathing out, 1, 2, 3. And one last one, breathing in, 1, 2, 3. And breathing out, 1, 2, 3. And with that 3 count breath, you may have found that you had more space to welcome in more exhale, and that maybe you had to sort of push out on the exhale, which is a great place to be as we move into a 4 count breath. And I will count the first round and the 4th round. And I invite you to do your own counting for the middle 2 rounds. And of course, you're welcome to go at your own pace, no matter where we are in the counting. So here we go, moving into Samavriti breath on a 4 count inhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on an exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now going at your own pace for the next 2 breaths. And arriving at our 4th round on the inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. And now inviting the breath in at your own pace, your own rate. Maybe noticing what sort of space might be opening up for you in your body and around you, whether your eyes are open, closed, or half-masked. And now we'll move into a final round. This will be a 5-count inhale and a 5-count exhale. We'll do 5 rounds. You may have guessed that's where we would be headed with the 5-count breath. And I will offer guidance for the first round and the 5th and final round. So preparing your body for this conscious breath breathing. And inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now at your own pace, the next 3 rounds of 5-part breath. And a final round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcoming in the breath again at your own pace. And now with this sort of settled system, I invite you to close your eyes and move into a short guided meditation, preparing your body to remain exactly where it is and allow your mind to be transported to an aspen grove. And there you are, standing at the edge of a beautiful aspen grove on a bluebird sky day. And the trees just really invite you in, they welcome you. And as you sense their welcoming spirit, you begin to move towards the forest, even stepping in to this grove of trees that you realize they look like individual trees, but you know that beneath you, beneath your feet, every step you take further into the woods, into the forest, into this grove, that there's an interconnection of these roots, a system that you can't necessarily see or feel or taste or touch, but you know that it's there. That these trees, they speak to you through their leaves that flutter in the breeze, through these golden leaves that float in the air and yet remain attached to the trees. And as you walk further into this grove of aspen trees, knowing that this interconnection beneath you and above you, it wants to say something to you. It wants to speak to you. It wants to offer something to you that maybe you've been searching for, that maybe you really want to find something that involves a lot of questions and maybe even involves some of your past experiences, some of your thoughts. But you feel here in this aspen grove with the leaves above you and the roots beneath you, a sense of peace, of welcoming. And you look up and you see the sun filtering through the leaves, the golden leaves of these beautiful trees that whisper to you from not just this present moment, but many, many moments from the past and even moments from the future. And you just feel at home here with the air moving through your lungs in an even, equal exchange, the sun on your face, the breeze all around you, igniting you, inspiring you, filling you with the spirit of the past, the potential of the present, and the promises of the future. All of it fills you up, and as you breathe, you might even feel that your own root system extends out from beneath your feet and joins the root system of this aspen grove, this beautiful interconnection, this weaving that nature has created. And as your own roots grow into joining with this root system already in place, this woven interconnectedness that connects us all, you feel grounded, you feel connected, you feel incredible gratitude to be here right now in this moment, in this aspen grove, to not just be here in the grove, but to be the grove of aspen trees. And as you feel this gratitude and really experiencing those roots coming out from the bottoms of your feet and joining the roots beneath you, you breathe in. Breathe in this golden, loving light that comes from the roots, filling your system, moving through your blood vessels, your veins, all the parts of you that actually look just like roots. Even your nervous system begins to light up as you breathe in this golden light that the aspen trees, the aspen grove, the root system wants to give to you, wants to deliver to you. It wants you to use it to create space, to ignite your Aurelian light. And as you breathe and relax into this experience of being rooted in and totally connected, your whole system, your whole body begins to light up in a beautiful golden glow that emanates from your heart, from these roots. They connect with one another within you, and a whole new light turns on. A whole new light turns on all around you. You see it and you marvel at it. And you breathe in this beautiful experience, and as you do, you realize that golden light is coming from you. It's coming from you. It's coming from all around you. It's something that's reflected to you. It's something that you project outwards. And with every breath you take, that golden light just gets stronger. It gets bigger. It grows. It reaches up. It reaches out. It extends forward. It extends back. It's a beautiful healing light, a light that inspires, a light that brings so much to the world. And as you experience this light that emanates from within you and all around you, I invite you to just be present in that moment. Breathe it in, program that in. Program that into your mind, your body, your system. And as you fully engage yourself with this light, I invite you to imagine that you hold out your right hand. Hold out your right hand and close your thumb over your ring finger and your pinky finger. Holding your right hand out with your two peace fingers close to each other, connecting with one another, and your thumb and your ring finger and your pinky finger on your right hand, holding that out in this vision of yourself and maybe even in your physical body. Holding that out and breathing both on the inhale and the exhale, welcoming in that golden light that's all around you, welcoming it into those fingertips, those peace fingers. Breathing it in as it collects and concentrates and maybe even creates a swirl, like a tornado, a whirlwind that comes into those fingertips, those outstretched fingertips. And this golden light becomes compressed and concentrated in those fingertips, leaving you standing still rooted and grounded in this aspen grove, but knowing that you have this beautiful golden light in those fingertips. And with this knowledge, with this knowing, I invite you to bring those fingertips to your heart and hold your left palm over that, over those fingertips with that golden light. Sealing it in with your palms, sealing it into your heart. It was a light that came from your heart. It's a light that projected from your heart, and we bring it back in, back to the heart, so that we can continue to cultivate it for ourselves and for the world. Breathing that golden light into the heart and releasing your hands down to your sides. And with a feeling of gratitude, releasing the roots that come down through your feet, releasing them back to the root system already in place in the aspen grove, and turning and proceeding back to where you started, taking gentle steps, knowing that you are among friends as you leave this aspen grove, knowing these trees are your allies and how loud they can be sometimes, even in their silence. They are your allies with their root system, their brain extending down into the ground and their limbs extending up into the air. Almost the opposite of you, beautiful ally and beautiful friend in the natural world. And as you begin to reach the edge of the aspen grove, knowing that you can return to this space within you at any time, any place. This healing wisdom is within you. This golden light is within you. And now, as you reach the edge of the aspen grove, I will count back from number 5, bringing us back to full awareness, back to this present moment. And as you hear the number 5, feeling just incredible gratitude throughout your body, throughout your system for this experience in the aspen grove, knowing that this experience is within you and outside of you and ready to be shared and returned to at any time. When you hear the number 4, you remember the evenness of your breath that is always available to you, always ready to support you, always ready to help you move forward. And continuing forward towards the edge of the aspen grove, you hear the number 3, feeling an incredible moment of balance, of evenness, of bliss, of happiness, of joy. And the number 2, you begin to come back into full awareness, maybe even moving your body a little bit, your head side to side, up and down. And breathing deeply, I will finish our return back to conscious awareness. When I say the number 1, come back now. Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to come back up to my screen here. Welcome, welcome back to Conscious Awareness. Hello, hello. Thank you for participating in that meditation. I would love to know how that felt for you, how you feel now after visiting the Aspen Grove. That was inspired by Terry Ward, who was one of the speakers in Golden Threads. She spoke about that concept of the Aspen Grove. And of course, Golden Threads as an event was really meant to bring us back to that awareness, that reality, that truth of our absolute interconnection, the interconnection that exists within us and the interconnection that exists all around us. And so it looks like maybe people are still enjoying that beautiful bliss that may have resulted from that meditation. And unless you have something to share in the chat, I'm going to officially close out Golden Threads with a blessing for all of the participants, all of the people that will benefit from the wonderful good that you have done yourself. The more good that we do for ourselves, the more we can convey to the world. Thank you so, so much to all of my guides, my spiritual team, and to all of the guides and spiritual teams of everyone who participated in Golden Threads. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here throughout this week. Thank you for being here today for this closing ceremony. From the golden light within me to the golden light within all of you, I bow. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Until the next. Mwah.